Kilo 4 Delta Victor Whiskey.
QSO?
Kilo 4 Delta Whiskey, is that a Roger?
DVW, Delta Victor Whiskey.
Kilo 4 Lima Whiskey Alpha.
All right, I'm in Qso now with Kilo 4 Delta Victor Whiskey. And what's the name there, please?
Name is Ed, Echo Delta.
Roger, Ed, and what's your location, please, sir?
We're in Melbourne, Florida, just south of Orlando.
Roger, Florida. And what is the radio that you're running, sir?
Running an Yaesu FTDX-101B.
101 Dog, is that a Roger?
Roger.
Okay, why don't you give me 10 seconds on your antenna system, Ed?
Just a double bazooka, about 35 feet apex and an averted V. Go ahead.
Okay, we would start our setup procedure with engaging your compressor at a 3. Engaging that compressor on at a 3, Roger?
That's about where it is. What does it sound like at your end?
Well, let's go on with the setup procedure. Next, it would be going to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak rather rapidly, 100, 200, 300, 400, adjust your ALC reading for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of manipulation of your mic gain control.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, radio. Seems a little weak.
Okay, just speak naturally, rather quickly, but naturally. Don't do an like that, it'll give you a false reading. You want to actually have syllables in there, like 100, 200, 300, as you adjust the ALC from mid-scale to 2/3 by using your mic gain control.
I only got about half of it. There's a Spanish station starting to slide in right next to you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll see if we can overcome the tributaries there. Again, you want to move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak rapidly, don't do an like that. Just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want you to adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of manipulating your mic gain control.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alrighty, usually if you speak a little bit faster, that meter will hang up there and you can adjust it easier than if you go 1, 2, like that. Roger?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mic gain is about 3/4 of the way up. Go ahead.
Roger. It doesn't really matter where the mic gain is. It only is how it relates to the ALC. Roger?
Yeah, it's ALC is probably running about midway 50%, 40 to 50%.
All right, we want it to run a little bit hotter than that. Mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, hello, radio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alrighty, that looked like a mid-scale to 2/3, Roger?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
All right, well, your EQ sounds okay, so we can just leave it there, unless you know exactly where your EQ is. Do you have a handle on your onboard EQ?
Yeah, it's pretty complex. I fooled around it a lot. I just thought I would check in here and see what this sounded like at your end.
All right, note to self, when you find out where your EQ is and how to do it, we want to shave a couple of clicks off the bottom end. We want to shave just a little bit off the bottom end, 2 clicks off the bottom end when you figure out how to do that. Roger?
Okay, so you think it's a little too much lows?
Yeah, unless we could find a little more top end. You know, what you're talking about is balance here. And depending on, a lot of times it's simply to roll off some of the bottom as opposed to trying to find out where it is on the top end. But I would say if you find your EQ and you have treble EQ capabilities to go +2 on the top end, I would do that. +2 on the top end if you can, or -2 on the bottom end, whichever way is easier.
All right, give me a second here.
I would prefer boost the treble 2 clicks. Roger, Roger.
Well, the problem is it's got like 6 different menus for, it's not just a simple treble, it's high cut, low cut frequencies and 3 different ranges. It's a parametric.
Okay, low cut. Low cut 1, try low cut 1.
Yeah, low cut 1 is set for 250.
All right, and are you in that mode now?
Yes, I am.
All right, give me 10 seconds about what you like best about your radio.
Well, it's, I have to say, it's really a beautiful radio. I've had all kinds of lots of different radios, but this guy works really nice. The controls seem to be laid out beautiful. It takes a while to really get into the menus. Anyway, low cut frequency is at 250, high cut is at 3000.
Just run it in that where you are now. Run it like it is now. Do not touch a thing. You're absolutely perfect where you are, Roger.
You're absolutely perfect where you are, Roger. Okay, good deal. I mean, I spent a lot of time fooling with it with others up on 75 meters and so forth, but it's always good to get multiple opinions for a little finagling, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. Well, you were a little heavy on the bottom end, and I would, like I say, I think where you are now is very precise, very clean, very intelligible, and it's not going to muddy out. Roger?
It's not going to muddy out, Roger. Okay, if I change the overall settings, it gives you your bandwidth. Right now it was set for 100 to 2900. I shifted it to 200 to 2800. Does that make any sort of a difference?
Yeah, you want to stay in 100 to 2900. I recommend all radios run 100 to 2900. The's no reason to compromise. When you start on lesser band passes, you start rolling off the top for the first thing, Roger.
Rolling off the top for the first thing, Roger. Okay, what difference is it if I go wide with this to GTBF? Does it make a big difference?
Well, I don't know how wide that radio goes, but what you want to do is be in the 100 to 2900 mode, width-wise, Roger.
Width-wise, Roger. Okay, yeah, no, the radio goes to 4K.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to be, entice people to come looking for us with pitchforks, Roger. I don't know if that's going to be a noticeable difference or not. I missed that. Repeat the last.
I changed the low cut from 250 to 300.
Go back to where you were, and let me hear you.
Okay, this is back down to 250. Back down to 250.
I think 250 sounds better. I would just go with that. Sounds perfect, right where it is right now, Roger.
Roger. Okay. Well, appreciate it. We'll jump out of here. Thanks for your help. And we kick in and out every once in a while. It's a fairly new radio. I'm using a Electro Voice RE20 that I had laying around hooked up to it. It's an impedance mismatch, but it's really a nice microphone. Go ahead.
Shouldn't be too much of a mismatch. I'm assuming that's a 600 ohm input radio, and that microphone is probably about 75 ohms or 100 ohms.
Yeah, the microphone is the Electro Voices are 150, and the radio is about 600.
Yeah, not enough to really pose a problem. It sounds beautiful, and obviously we're doing our EQ thing. That microphone has a lot of low-end response that we're rolling out to tailor it for our audio curve that we need for our radios. Roger.
Yeah, the microphone has that low cut switch on it, which I've never ever used.
Don't need to worry about that. You're perfect like you are. Just leave everything the way it is. Roger, Roger.
Okay, real good. What's the name there, by the way?
Name is Jim, Juliet, India, Mike. Call us Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor. If you want to hear your audio, we have been recording live since 3:30, and we record live till 5. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, along with today's date, 2521, that will take you directly to this recording. Roger?
Roger, very, very good. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. 7-3, have a good one, and this was great.
Roger, Ed, 73 that way, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, and we're rapidly coming to the close of this Qso-Vlog net. I got room for one more. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.